today I am going to be doing something a little bit different. I am going to be going over everything that I made in the month of March. So this will be kind of fun for me as well to just see everything that I have sewn and worked on over the last month. As I go through, I will make sure to let you know the pattern name, the pattern company, the fabric that I used, where I bought the fabric from if I remember, and any other information about the pattern, if I liked it, if I would use different materials. I also will pop up, if I have a photo of it being modeled, I will pop up a picture for you guys to see, and I also will be linking everything down in the description, the patterns of where you can get them and the fabric, and some of them will be affiliate links, which means that I get a little kickback. It doesn't cost you anything to use, but it's just a little bonus for me if I direct you guys to make a purchase. And like I said, it's just kind of helpful for me. So if you see anything you like and want to check it out, I would really appreciate it if you used the link in the description just so I can get that little bit of a kickback. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to start with is clothing items. These are technically, you can kind of call them clothing. These are the Lowland Kids sun hats, and these are so cute. This is the scalloped version. They have a just a basic non-scalloped version. It's definitely oversized and floppy with these ties, but it is great for upcoming summer. So I made this one is out of just a quilting cotton, which is nice, and the seams you can see, and it does recommend to finish this with like a twill tape to make it a little bit nicer, which I may go back and add that, but you don't really see it, so I might not. And then I made another one, and this is actually a reversible one. I made it out of board short, so it is waterproof and will dry really quickly. And then I did a hack to make it reversible, so it is also fully lined, and I put little buttonholes on here so that you can pull the straps through and use them on both sides. I did actually make a video for this one, a tutorial on how I did the reversible hack, which will be helpful if you wanted to make the reversible or just the basic version, which I will also link down below. And then this is not done, but I am working on a quilt. This is the Let's Grow quilt from Wellsprings Design. And so as you can see, it has numbers 1 through 12. So it's basically a milestone quilt for photos for babies. And this is the main quilt top. It does have a border to go around. I have the border sewn, but I need to cut it up and attach it and then finish off the quilt. But this is where I'm at, and I did spend a lot of time this month working on this quilt top. And the fabric I got is, I believe it was Kona cotton. I bought it from Hobby Lobby, and I have really enjoyed working with it for this, and it's relatively inexpensive if you wanted to get some quilting cotton that is budget friendly. So next, for my son, I made this t-shirt. This is the Lowland Kids curved hem tee. So the actual pattern, the hem is curved, and I find I just don't really like dealing with the curved hem, and I really like the look of this t-shirt without the curve. So I just cut it right at the bottom where it goes down to curve, and love how it turns out. And it does have the pocket written in the pattern. And this is cotton spandex from Raspberry Creek, which is one of my favorite fabric shops. As you'll kind of see a recurring theme through this video, but they offer a lot of prints, and everything kind of correlates. So this is from like 2 years ago, but it matches the collection that they release, and they also have these solids that coordinate really well with them. So like I said, this is one of my favorite t-shirt patterns for little boys. So that was the only thing I sewed for my son. I don't sew very much for him because he is very picky and definitely loves the character shirts. So moving on to my youngest daughter, who she is about a month and a half old. So they're all the really cute baby clothes. The first thing that I sewed her these are the Lowland Kids PJ pants, and they have a full gusset down the front and back. And this is the, you can see here, this is the fabric waistband. They do have a fold over elastic waistband with the cuffs, and this is out of a double brush poly just that I had in my stash. And these are just a really great staple. They're really comfortable, and they do have a kind of legging fit, and especially for diapers, they are kind of roomier in the diaper area. So these, I love them, and I used them as kind of tights. I put them under rompers and stuff, and so these are kind of my go-to. They're also very quick to sew. And next is another pattern for Lowland Kids. This is their hooded swim cover-up, which they just released, and I actually did a test for it. This is the 6 to 12 month, and I put it on Ellie, and I mean, it's a little bit big, but it's supposed to be oversized. And I use this really cute loop terry. This is from Hobby Lobby, and it has the really cute floral detail on it. It has the hood, and then this has two options. It has one option for open sides, and then it also has a sleeved version, which is what this one is. The open sides version is just straight cut, and then you put a button or snap along the side. So this is really great for if you have a pool or all those beach trips, and it's just really easy. Even if you're just doing, using it for the bathtub. One thing I will say is it is made for knit, so upcycling a towel or something of that nature for it isn't really ideal, because the pattern requires stretch for attaching the hood. But if you wanted to adjust for that, just make sure you note that the neckline was drafted for a stretch fabric. Next, I'm going to do these two together because they are the same pattern. This is the Cusco from Little Lizard King, which this is the baby Cusco pattern. So I think it goes from newborn to, I believe, 4T, but the baby pattern has a romper version. So there is also a dress version, which is the same pattern. It just has a gathered skirt instead of the bubble romper. And this does have elastic in the legs, and it has the really cute ruffles and a lined bodice. And I believe it has different sleeve options as well. So this one is double brush poly from Raspberry Creek, and I made this, let me just show you real quick. It matches this one so well. These my kids wore in their Easter pictures, and these were from different collections that matched. And then I also made another one for my older daughter that coordinated as well, and I will put up a picture of that here shortly. But these are just so cute, and they do come together relatively quickly. They have really nice placket construction for a snap placket for the little babies, and this is a custom print from Ozcraft Fabrics, and then this is the same double brush poly that I used for these pants, and this is what I paired together. And lastly for Ellie, this is the Margot from Sustainable Cloth Company, which is a dress pattern. I believe it actually has a romper option as well, like a flowy pant option, but they have a bubble add-on that goes with a lot of their dress bodices, which is what I used here. So it just attaches to the bodice. This has a gathered skirt for the dress, which is actually what I made Addie, my older daughter. I made a Margot with just the basic knee length skirt. I did add a little bit of length to the sleeves and the skirt for her, just because I like that look a little bit better. And then, like I said, I did the bubble add-on, and I did use the elastic legs. They have an option for leg bands instead, but I just really like the look of the elastic better on the bubble rompers. And this fabric is also double brush poly from Raspberry Creek. This is one of their Easter prints, which is now retired because Easter is over. They release really cute prints for every holiday. So if you're ever looking for holiday prints, this is my go-to place. Like I said, it's really my go-to place for most fabrics, but I love their holiday lines. And with Margot, I will say I do love it in double brush poly. It just flows so nicely. They do have options. I don't know if it has long sleeve options. It might. I do know it has strap options and tie straps. It also has an option for an unlined bodice that's binded. And yeah, there's just all kinds of options. And the size range, I believe, goes all the way from newborn to big kids. And then they do also have an adult pattern for it as well. So if you're looking for patterns to match any size range for mamas and little girls, Sustainable Cloth Company is a great place to start looking. So now we're going to move into the things I made for my older daughter. She is 5. She's in a 5-6 size range. Like I said, I did make her the Margot. I'll pop up her picture here in it. She turned out so cute. The next thing I made is I made her a mermaid tail, and this is just a self-drafted pattern. I've made another one before. She likes to wear these in the bathtub, and it's basically just a rectangle with a waistband, and then I drafted the mermaid fin. And this is a really fun holographic stretched knit from Hobby Lobby, and yeah, this is just really fun. I made it, like I said, I made her another one, so I just copied that and made another one. This is the Lowland Kids dolman, and you can see it has a spot on it, so it needs to be washed and spot treated. But the dolman is just a great go-to. It's really quick, really easy pattern. But this is a panel from, again, from Raspberry Creek. It's cotton spandex. They do a lot of panels that then coordinate with their prints in their lines. So it's really great if you want to make like graphic tees and things like that. And then I just did a solid cotton spandex for the bands to add a little bit of contrast. This is more meant to be a sweatshirt pattern, but I really liked it in cotton spandex just for a little bit of a lighter weight shirt. But it definitely has a very oversized fit. And one thing that I do change with this, I do make the neckband a little bit thinner because it does have a really wide neckband, and I'm just not a fan of that. So I shortened the width of the neckband by about an inch. I think I make it 2 inches wide once it's cut out. The next thing that I made for my daughter, this is the linen dress from Petite Stitchery. They do have an adult version as well. I was a tester for this. This is like the ultimate twirl dress. You can just see how much fabric is down here and the flounciness of it. And what this actually is it just has the bodice, and then you can kind of see has these circles. They're goddets, I believe. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, so forgive me if I am not. Goddets or godets, but they just add tons and tons of volume, and this just twirls like nobody's business. If you think a circle skirt is twirly, you haven't seen anything until you try this dress. And this is basically the dress. It does have a shorter option as well as long sleeves, but overall this is the dress. And then this is made out of a double brush poly, which I think is great for this pattern because you just want something that is super, super drapey. And this was from Amanda's Bundles. I'm not sure if it's something that they have in stock, but they do have a great variety and budget-friendly prints of double brush poly. The last thing that I made for my daughter, and this is probably one of my favorites for the month, this is the rainbow dress from Pattern for Pirates, and this is the youth version, and they do have an adult version as well. And it is a circle skirt, but it has this really cute option to add this color blocking on it, and you can see it's really just strips, but once it lays down like that, it looks like a rainbow. So this is fabric from Raspberry Creek. This was in their St. Patrick's Day collection, hence the rainbow. So I made this for my daughter for St. Patrick's Day, and then to match the rainbows in the fabric, we chose the rainbow dress to add the rainbow detail in it. and this is the puff sleeve option. I believe it does have long sleeve and just a basic sleeve option as well, but this is just really cute and fun, and it's a great way to add some fun detail if you just want to add and spice up some fabric that you have. So I don't really sew a lot for my husband. He's gotten a few things here and there, but it's usually just loungewear when I get time in between everything else that I'm working on. And so I have sewed him up this pattern in the past and he really liked it, and then I found fabric that I thought he would really like. So I decided to sew him another one, and this is the tailgate hoodie. I believe it's from Love Notions, and it does have a hooded option as well as a crew neck option, which as you can see. And then for this fabric, let me just give you a little bit of a closer look. This is a velour fabric. It is super soft and cozy, and he really was only going to wear this at home. So I decided to make it inside out. So the velour is on the inside, and then I did the cuffs with this out. So it does add a really fun contrast detail, but anything that is touching his body is going to be this really soft velour. And this fabric is from Sincerely Riley, which I love, love, love shopping with Darcy at Sincerely Riley. She has great deals, and just has a lot of one-of-a-kind fabrics that she gets in. So I snagged this velour knowing I was going to make a pullover for my husband, and he loved it. And if you saw, my daughter picked out really fun rainbow threads for my serger, so there's all different colors in there for him. But like I said, he's just going to wear this at home. It's just a lounging sleep sweatshirt for him, so we didn't really need to worry too much about the aesthetics of it. And then lastly, I am going to go over the things that I sewed for myself, and these are going to be all of my finished ones. And there were quite a few other pieces that I did sew up as toiles for my patterns that I have been releasing, but I don't really count those in here because they weren't wearable, or they're just not something that I'm proud of because they weren't a finished product. So the first thing for myself were these Sadie pants, which this was a pattern that I released in the middle of the month. It's the Sadie Slim Flares, and they are like a flare legging. They flare out just a little bit, and then they have a slit option in the hem. There's a seam all the way down the front, and these are just so comfortable. And I love the seam down the front with the slit. It's just really on trend. The slit goes over the top of the foot, and this is a Peach Performance from Amanda's Bundles. It is a phenomenal fabric if you want some sort of athletic knit. But like I said, I just am really proud of this pattern, especially because it's my pattern that I created and drafted from start to finish for you guys. And next is another pattern that I actually at this time have not released yet. It will be releasing here in a couple days from when I'm filming this video. But this is my next pattern. It is the Aurora Skirt, and it does have a couple different options. This one I actually cut up from an old bed sheet, but I just loved this print, and it is a woven pattern. And this is the skirt in full. It has a high-low yoke at the top of it, and then 3 gathered tiers. So there is so much gathering on it, but it gives this high-low definition, and you can do 1, 2, or 3 tiers to make it however long you want. And then it does have a flat front waistband with an elastic back, and it just makes it extra comfortable for wearing and a little bit more flexible on the fit, because I know that's kind of why sometimes people are afraid of woven. But I love this skirt and how it turned out. And then it also has an option for just a basic skirt, which is this version that I sewed up. And this is the knee length option. It has a midi length, which is about mid-calf length. This, like I said, is the basic version. It has the same waistbands, and this is I don't remember what fabric this is. It's some sort of rayon, I believe, from the clearance section at Hobby Lobby, and it's relatively quick. The hardest part about this pattern is the waistband if you're not used to sewing elastic or wovens, but it is a great beginner pattern if you want to get into wovens. And like I said, that will be releasing a couple days from when I release this video, and it's another pattern that I am just really proud of and makes me really happy to see so many people in it with my testers, and just love the final look of that pattern. And one more thing that I sewed for myself, this is another one of my patterns. This is the Lucy pullover that I released I think last month, but this has so many options. This is just the bare bones basic version. It is supposed to have cuffs on it, but I haven't yet to add the cuffs on it. But other than that, it is completely done. And this pattern has options for, you can do like an ultra crop, so it just kind of goes here and goes down. And then it also has the option to put a bottom on it, and you can have a little peekaboo hole, and you can do really fun color blocking and hook them together, or you can just do the basic option. It does also have a hood option, and then you can do cuffed sleeves or hem sleeves, and same with the bottom, you can do cuffed or hemmed, and there are multiple links for the bodice of it. This is a sweatshirt fleece from Boho Fabrics, which is another great company that I love to shop with, and this is one of the softest, stretchiest sweatshirt fleeces I have ever worked with, and this sweatshirt is just so cozy and dreamy. I wish I had more of this fabric because I could probably live in it if I could make everything out of it. And the last thing that I made for myself, this is the Rebecca dress from Sonia Estep's design, and there are a couple different options for this dress, but this has some nice gathered bishop sleeves, and it's just really a basic shift dress, and I think it has a top version, but there's a couple different lengths, and then it also has an option for a curved hem, which is what I did here, so it just has a slight curve in the hem, or a straight across option. And it also has a belt that you can use that goes around the waist, and I made this for myself. I needed an outfit for a funeral, unfortunately, and this was a quick sew that I whipped up for myself. I had made it before. I highly recommend it. It's relatively easy and just a really cute outcome. I didn't end up wearing the belt. I thought it would be good for me, but being postpartum, the belt did not do me any favors and just made me look like I was extra still pregnant. So I didn't end up wearing the belt, but I may use that again. And then I just made this from a super soft sweater knit. It's got this kind of salt and pepper look on it, and it's just really soft. Again, this fabric is from Boho Fabrics, and I just really loved it, and it's really comfy and cozy to wear, and it's something that I would call secret pajamas. If you haven't heard that term, it's just something that looks dressed up but feels like pajamas, and this is it. You can wear it with leggings if it's colder. So if you're looking for a cute sweater dress pattern, I would recommend looking into the Rebecca from Sonia Estep's design. So that is everything I have with me right now. I did actually do a couple other projects that I don't have with me right now, and only one I can tell you about right now, because some of the other ones are for test for other companies that I have to stay quiet on, and I can show you next month what I sewed for those. But the other one that I did was the Breeze from Samantha Marie Designs, which I will pop up a picture here. They do have a kid version already, and then they just released an adult version, but it's basically a swing dress top. That was just the adult version of the children's one, so they wanted to release a matching adult one, and I did do testing for it with I did the thick binding on the sleeves and the thinner binding on the front and back, so it is a cami, and then I did the ruffle bottom. So that was just a fun little sew, and I did a double brush poly. I believe I got that fabric from Fabrics Universe, which is great if you're looking for like a double brush poly solids. I wouldn't really get anything else from there. They carry a lot of great fabrics, but really for if you're going the clothing route, the double brush poly and probably the rib knit are the ones that I would recommend from Fabrics Universe. But that is everything that I made in the month of March, and like I said, it was just really fun to get everything out and look at it all and see everything that I've accomplished. It feels like so long ago, some of the stuff that I made, and to realize that it was really only within the last month is just kind of fun. I hope that this helped you see, one, what a busy mom of 3 with a new baby can accomplish in a month of sewing, as well as maybe introduce you to some new patterns, some new pattern companies, some new fabric companies, or just kind of give you an idea of some projects that you want to work on in the future. So like I said, I will link everything down below, from the patterns, the fabric, and anything else that I may have mentioned that you could look into. I will link in the description. I will also link my Instagram. You can check out, I usually share everything that I sew on my Instagram if I have time. Not everything gets on there, but it's a good place to start if you want to keep seeing the things I'm working on. But I also share a lot of sewing tips and tricks on there, and just some sewing humor, some mom humor. So if you want to follow along, my Instagram is at Sewbexx, BEXX. And like I said, I'll link that down below. And if you have any questions on anything that I talked about today or anything else sewing related, feel free to leave a comment and I will look into it. Or like I said, you can find me on Instagram and reach out to me there, and I'd love to chat all things sewing. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and you can check out some of my other videos that are on my page. Thanks for watching. Bye.